turn to my right now, and he's got a statue outside of Staples, but he's going to be at the Forum in Inglewood this weekend. Golden Boy Productions, Golden Boy promotes the first ever MMA show at the Forum, and it's none other than Chuck Liddell versus Tito Ortiz, the final installment of the trilogy, and none other than the Golden Boy himself, Oscar De La Hoya, back here on the show. Good to see you, sir.
I should have brought my 6 kids. It would have been, I mean, it would have been.
We could have a play date.
Yes.
By the way, I would love an Eisen Schuster De La Hoya play date.
There you go.
That would be fantastic.
As long as I can roll that turkey. Where's that turkey?
By the way, you are going to. Did you know that you're going to be part of our turkey bowl?
Did you know that I bowled 286, my high score? 286. 9 strikes in a row.
Okay,
yeah.
so
I
hold on a second.
I don't know about a turkey, but
so did you miss the strike in frame 1 or 10?
It was the last one I choked. I choked. It was the last one.
Come on. So you literally strolling to the stripe in the 10th frame with a chance for a perfect 300.
Yeah, I got confident. Yeah.
And are you one of those bowlers where you got to have your own ball, your own shoes?
I actually had shoes, bag, 2 balls. I was pretty.
So you're real.
Oh, I was diehard. Yeah, it was pretty.
What?
Cool.
So you don't bowl?
Well,
anymore?
I was because I practically lived in Big Bear, in the mountains where I trained. So the only thing to do is talk to the trees or bowl, and so I decided to bowl, and I became pretty good at it.
I guess it's a much more healthy endeavor to bowl as opposed to talk to trees. Exactly. Do you miss fighting at all?
Every day of my life.
Really?
Every day of my life, yeah.
That was an answer. Yeah. What do you miss then?
I actually miss getting hit.
Come on.
Yeah. I miss getting hit because that feeling of retaliation, that buildup of I'm gonna kick your behind. I haven't felt that ever since I retired.
So you got to be hit in order to feel that?
Yeah, you got to be hit to retaliate, to hit somebody back, to build that anger, and I miss that.
You miss that?
Yeah, I miss it every single day of my life.
Would you like one of us to hit you in the face
no,
right now?
No.
Okay. I mean,
no.
I don't know how badly you miss it.
Please don't.
No. I don't really hit people, but I mean, I would, I'm always here to help my guests.
And I probably wouldn't do anything. I mean, look, believe it or not, I've never been in a street fight at all. 0. Outside of the ring.
Okay.
I always refuse to fight for free, so.
People don't mess with you, do they?
All the time.
Like what? Give me an example.
Yeah, that's it. You're the champ. I mean, guys that are like 6'5", 260.
Tough guys.
Yeah.
Just trying to throw down or anything like that.
Exactly.
No
but
kidding.
I tend to talk my way out of it.
It's interesting.
I'm a good talker.
It's interesting. Oscar De La Hoya. No, you are, and you're obviously a great promoter too, as well as an all-time GOAT champion. It's funny. I had Tyson on this show a couple of years ago, and we used to have a commercial break, a quick 60-second commercial break in the middle of the hour, and I would do an interview to start it, and then take a break and finish it. And that break came in very handy when I asked Mike Tyson how many rounds he could give me now. And he looks at me, he goes, I don't want to answer that question because when I think of boxing, I go to a dark place. And thankfully, I'm like, okay, well, let's take a break.
Let's change the subject.
We'll come back and we'll talk some more.
Yeah,
so there's no dark place for you.
No, there's no dark. There's a happy place, actually. For some reason, when I got in the ring, I actually, it would make me happy. It really would. It was my escape, of getting hitting somebody. It was my place to, where I felt, me for once,
No kidding.
Where I felt real, where I felt as if I belonged,
You don't feel that way outside of the ring? Not to get too deep into your
psychology. I'm not going to get deep
but,
into it,
right,
but it takes some some strength to build up that inner feeling I had inside the ring.
Is that why you're in promotions right now?
Yeah.
Is that why you got into it?
Well, it's keeping me I guess, involved in the game.
Mm-hmm.
When I sit down ringside and watch these fights, I'm constantly telling myself, oh, I can take these guys on. I can, I can do this, and I should have knocked them out. And so it keeps me in the game,
Sure, because I sit and watch. I'm fortunate to do what I do for a living, and I sit and watch football games with Hall of Famers like Irvin and Warner.
Right.
I did it for years with Marshall Faulk, and And they're the same way. They'll look at it and go, come on, you got to make that throw. And they talk about this with some Pro Bowlers, like some all-time greats. Like, how do you not see this? Come on, this guy's, I could do a little bit better right now. So with the salaries that these guys are getting paid right now too.
Yeah, right. Right. It's the game has changed. Amazingly, it's changed. It's
How has it changed in your mind?
Well, I remember when I used to fight. I mean, my fights were exciting. Where I would throw like a 10-punch combination. Like, you don't see that anymore.
Why do you think?
You mentioned it. It's the money. It's there's too much money involved. Therefore, fighters don't want to take the risk. You know what I'm saying? It's smart, but come on, give us some entertainment. I want to see a knockdown. I want to see somebody knocked out.
So you would go into the ring, Oscar De La Hoya here on the Rich Eisen Show, thinking, I've got to give these people their money's worth tonight.
Yeah, it was the fight first, and then I understood that the money will follow, or the business would follow.
Sure.
But today it's like, okay, let me do the most business and maybe give them a good fight if it happens.
So you said you were happiest when you were retaliating in the ring. Who were you happiest to retaliate against the most, Oscar De La Hoya?
I would have to say, gee, that's a tough one. I fought this kid who was local, named Fernando Vargas.
Okay.
He was from Oxnard, I believe, and he was talking so much smack, He was talking so much smack, and this guy genuinely just didn't like me for some strange reason. So it was kind of like the villain and the good guy,
right?
But he was talking so much, and I remember, man, I can't wait to get my hands on him. I cannot wait to get my hand. And he actually almost knocked me out in the first round. He had me through the ropes, and I was holding on for dear life. And for some reason, I survived it, and I ended up knocking him out in the 11th. So, but you can imagine in between, the fight was just brutal. It was a pretty cool fight.
No kidding.
Yeah.
And now again, Golden Boy Promotions with the first ever MMA show at the Forum. What do you like about Chuck Liddell and Tito Ortiz? What do you like about this?
I like the history involved with both guys. I think the fact that these two guys are pioneers. They're icons of the UFC. When you think about the UFC, you think about Tito Ortiz and Chuck Liddell.
Yeah, they're in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, they're in the Hall of Fame. And so when this opportunity presented itself, I jumped on it right away. I had to be part of it. When I started Golden Boy Promotions about 18 years ago.
18?
Yeah, 18 years ago already. I was thinking about that, yeah.
Damn.
Time flies.
It sure does.
Yeah, time flies. I actually had somebody paint my beard here because it's actually white.
Well, I don't mean to.
Yeah, so,
I don't mean to. I guess gloat, but I mean, I kind of like the way
it looks
mine
good.
looks.
It looks good. But I'm thinking about wow,
did that sound genuine to you? Ish. Okay.
But I'm thinking, how did that happen? Where did time go?
Right.
I have kids that are 20 years old.
Wow.
And so time flies. And so anyway, I started Golden Boy Promotions. I remembering in a hotel, in one of those ballrooms, maybe 500 people, no TV.
Yes.
And look at where we're at now, And so I think about my first MMA show on pay-per-view, sold out arena at the Forum with Chuck Liddell and Tito Ortiz. I like my odds. I like my odds.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And again, the pay-per-view is going to be featured on ringtv.com or www.fight, which is FITE.tv for $39.99, beginning at 9 Eastern, 6 o'clock right here, local Forum time. And a series of undercard bouts are going to be streamed on the Golden Boy Fight Night Facebook, beginning at 7 Eastern, 4 o'clock out here Pacific time. So if you had the opportunity to do what Floyd did, which was fight an MMA guy late in a career, would you have done that?
I don't know. I don't think I would have. No, I respect boxing too much, and MMA, and vice versa.
Right.
It's. I mean, I actually haven't even seen the fight, but from what I'm told, it just wasn't a real fight.
You did not see the fight.
No, I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it.
Wait, is it just on principle or just out of the stuff to do, or
It's
what?
just that I already knew the outcome. I mean, McGregor is great at what he does
Yes.
in the octagon, and Floyd Mayweather is great at what he does in the ring. So, I mean, take McGregor past what 4 or 5 rounds, and he's a target. He has no conditioning to go 6, 7, 8, 9 rounds, and that's exactly what Floyd did. He took him to deep waters and stopped him in the 10th round.
As opposed to just giving a puncher's chance to this guy in the first 3 minutes, right?
Floyd doesn't do that. He doesn't do that.
I love that. By the way, I love the look on your face right now.
He doesn't do that.
So hold on. I don't want to put words in your mouth. He's not a risk taker? Is that what you're saying?
No. He's very calculated, and he's been very smart. I mean, if you're into the business first,
right,
he's done it right. So,
Oscar De La Hoya, a few more minutes left here with you. What's it like when you go to Staples and see your statue out in front of it? What does that mean to you, man?
It's I still have to like pinch myself. I still have to like think about it and say, wow, I mean, what did I do to deserve this, you know? But then I start thinking about all the kids who walk up to it, who take pictures, you know, who are dreamers, and maybe one day they want to have a statue, you know? So that statue there has its purpose, you know? It's like it's motivating. It's a statue that can basically literally change lives. I mean, if I'm a kid and I see a statue of, you know, my hero, I want to be like that hero. I want to win world titles. I want to be, you know, iconic. I want to be that champion, you know? So I sometimes think about how I don't deserve it, but at the same time, I have to realize that you know, it's basically changing lives for these young kids who are believers and dreamers.
Do you go to Lakers games? I mean, do you go there often? Okay, you do. Okay, what do you think of LeBron coming back here? What do you think
awesome.
What do you think his challenge is right now?
I think the challenge is just acclimating to his surroundings, you know, including the atmosphere, the fans, and especially his team.
Yes.
I think we're gonna win several world titles.
Do you feel
I really do.
You're not just saying that because you have a statue out there.
No, I'm
next to Magic and Kareem.
I mean,
and
if I say the opposite, I mean, they might take my statue out and put his.
I like it. I like it. But it is, you know, again, it's amazing how Los Angeles gets blessed every now and then with all-time goats.
Oh, it's
like
time.
that, like the Kobe out. A couple of years later, here comes LeBron, and it's still difficult for me to adjust seeing him in a Laker uniform as he goes back to Cleveland tonight.
It happens in every sport. I mean, you had Muhammad Ali, Mike Tyson, Sugar Ray Leonard, Julio Cesar Chavez, myself, Floyd, Pacquiao. Every 10, 15 years, you hear about or you see this figure coming, you know, up the ranks and becoming this iconic figure. You know, same thing with basketball. It's like, I think it's time now. Yeah.
Well, in terms of redemption, would you care for a shot of redemption in the Rock'em Sock'em Robots?
I would. Did you beat me? I think you did beat me.
Well, in terms of that, if you see over the edge right there, the Rock'em Sock'em Robots, but again, it's still set up the very same way last when you were here of your robot having its head popped up because. You just, I took you deep. I took you. Okay. I took you into deep waters.
I want the rematch.
I took you in deep waters, and we're seeing it right there. Wow, back on in 2017. Now, as a good promoter, do I need to set the terms? Do I need to hold you over a barrel here in order to get redemption or anything? Should I just as a businessman? You tell me. Should I hold it over you? Should I hold out for? Okay.
You know what? Actually, we should just keep it that way.
Really?
What do you think? Huh?
No, I mean, I just talked out of that's the worst promotion ever.
That's your claim to fame. Come on.
See, he's too good. I just walked into a trap.
He said like 5 minutes ago he was a great talker. And he talks his way out of fights with bigger dudes.
I would keep it that way. That's like your claim to fame. So let's just, you know.
I should hang that in the rafters, the Rich Eisen show?
Yeah, let's put it next to my statue.
So here's the thing. Here's what we'll do. We'll leave it like that for your next time. In the meantime, I want you to turkey bowl. When was the last, since you said you bowled almost a 300 before?
That was like 15 years ago.
Okay, right. Well, we'll see if you still got it.
I might be a little rusty.
I love it when you come here, man.
Thank you.
I love it when you come here, so please come more often. Thank you. At Oscar De La Hoya on Twitter. Again, check out the first ever MMA show at the beautiful new spanking redone Forum right here in Los Angeles, next door to the future home of the Rams and Chargers.
Yeah, that's going to be something else.
That is going to be something else. Chuck Liddell against Tito Ortiz. It's going to be done at 9 Eastern Time, 6 p.m. Pacific, coming up on Saturday night. Make it part of your very busy sports Thanksgiving weekend.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Right back at you.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.